guys, so I wanted to talk about DC Comics for a minute just because they have really been bad lately and I wanted to kind of get your input on everything and also let you know how I feel about everything. So we'll start off with Batwoman. So Batwoman, as you may or may not know, is a lesbian character and she has been in a relationship with Maggie Sawyer for a while now. They're engaged. And that's obviously a big step because that is, important for media to capture that and support that. And it's important for it to be portrayed in the media accurately and equally. So they were planning a wedding issue, or at least G.H. Williams and W. Hayden Blackman were. They really wanted to do a marriage issue. DC Comics said no, that's not going to happen. There's no reason for any character to get married. It's not fair because they won't have time for their family and they have too many responsibilities to be a wife, a husband, whatever. Marriage does not exist to DC. So the two writers resigned from that comic and that's done. So Batwoman is not going to get married. And the writers are done. I know that DC doesn't support marriage of any kind, which is fine. I'm not a big marriage person myself, but I think when it's something that could really be important for people, like it would be very important to see two female characters get married. It's important to see marriage equality played out in our media. I think it was an excellent opportunity to broaden their mind, open their world a little bit. Obviously, as we've seen with Spider-Man, marriage does not always go super well, but that's not just say that it won't for this character and that it doesn't work and that it couldn't work. I think the braver option would have been to go with it as opposed to canning the whole thing and just kind of carrying on with what they have been doing. Batwoman has not been well received for the past little while. A lot of people have complained because it's not actually been really focused on Kate Kane at all. And so it would have been, something that would bring back viewers and readers, and it would, I think would have been the better choice. So I'm disappointed they didn't take that step and actually be brave, because to me, canceling that issue is them being cowards. It's not them saying none of our characters get married, so why would we do this? It's saying I don't want to deal with marriage equality because a lot of readers will be pissed about it. I am personally disappointed in DC Comics for that, but not only that. Now we go on to Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is obviously a character that's close to my heart. A character that I've loved for a really long time, since the animated series. And in the past few years she has gone to absolute shit. She is not the Harley that I used to know, like that song. And just terrible. They've destroyed her character. They've destroyed her appearance, destroyed her everything. Every single thing. Her characteristic, she's gone. As far as I'm concerned, Harley's dead and they've recreated something that she isn't. So we've watched her kind of deteriorate in the Suicide Squad. We watched her kind of change in the Arkham games. And now they're doing her own kind of series. And they wanted to hire a new artist to get kind of burst into comic books. And they asked for that person, whoever it is, whatever artist, to do a 4-panel thing where Harley commits suicide. Now, if it was in, Batman the Animated Series or done in a like Bruce Timm kind of style, then I could totally see how it would be an okay thing for that character back in the day. Like if she's obsessed with Joker and like something went wrong, I could see how that would be like a funny Looney Tunes kind of death. But I do not see how it would be a funny Looney Tunes death with the Harley that we know right now, because she's very realistic. She's very broken. She's very battered. She's absolutely off her nut. It's not the Harley that we knew and loved at all. It's not going to be drawn in a cartoonish way, and if it is, then even still, it's not her. It makes no sense. And then also another thing was her committing suicide with like appliances hanging over her in her bathtub, naked, obviously. I guess it could be seen as sexualizing suicide. I don't really see it that so much. I just thought it was a very unnecessary thing to do. And I also feel like if you're gonna commit suicide, well, why bother taking your clothes off? That to me doesn't make any sense. So I've heard it argued that it's supposed to be cartoony, it's supposed to be silly and fun, but the bottom line is, if you had said that and if it was being done like, I don't know, 10-ish years ago, then I would say, yeah, I could see how that would be done in a tasteful, cartoony, like, anchor dropping on someone's head kind of way. But with the Harley that we know now, and we've already seen the cover of the new Harley Quinn comics, I don't see it going in that direction. She's certainly less grungy looking now, but she still is the sexed up kind of Harley that we don't know much about. And I also hear the argument where, well, she's always been that way. She's always been kind of promiscuous, but she was only ever promiscuous with her Mr. J, not with everyone else. So in her private time, she was never the character that was a femme fatale or anything like that. So I do actually think it's incredibly out of character what they've done for her for the past few years and now what they're doing now. I just don't think it makes any sense, and I do think it's disrespectful. I'm not saying, you know, that it's completely insane, but just because of what they've been doing for the past few years, how much they've been disappointing everyone and destroying their characters and just being rude. Like the response from, I don't even care about who it is, he was incredibly rude about it and was telling people to get over it, and we obviously don't know what's going on because it's out of context. And I don't think that there's any way that suicide can be taken out of context. They explained what it was going to be about. It's very clear what it's going to be about. So yeah, I just think they have to stop defending themselves. They just have to kind of take a look at it and say, yeah, maybe we did make a mistake, and say sorry and move on. I'm hoping that DC will do better in the future, but I do have a lot of doubts about that. So what do you think about the Harley Quinn situation? Does it sound like she's being sexualized or sexualized in suicide or anything like that? And what's your take on Batwoman? Is it fair that she doesn't get to be married because she's a hero? Do you think, that makes any sense? Or, just let me know, because personally I think that heroes, everyday real life heroes, are married and have families and have children and they go out and risk their lives. So why can't comic book characters, why can they not go out and risk their lives and come home to the person that they love? I think it's unfair, I think it's archaic, and I think that they should kind of take a leap of faith with one character someday, and I think that Kate Kane was the perfect character to take that leap with. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you think down below in the comments, and I will talk to you guys soon. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Thank you so much. Bye.